Bamm Ericsen here with AFTERBUZZ TV for Empire Season 3, Episode 1, Light and Darkness. So much to talk about. Let's go.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Bamm Ericsen. You can follow me on all social media at Bamm Ericsen.
I'm Jill Munroe. You can follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, all the good ones, at Stiletto Jill.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Kennelia. You can follow me on all social media at Kennelia.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Emile Ennis Jr. You can find me at Emile Ennis Jr. on all social media.
Okay, so Empire's back, Season 3. The first 15 minutes of Empire was one of the many topics trending. Just initial thoughts of last night's premiere. What's your thought?
It was good. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it might be a little crazy. But it was, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was a solid premiere. It kept me entertained for the most part and closed some storylines out, and it was good.
Newbie here. I was thoroughly entertained. I thought it started out really impactful. It made me excited to see what was going to happen for the rest of the episode and set up some things that I'm going to be looking forward to throughout the season. So,
Agree. I was pleased. So Hakeem storms out the hotel. We leave off from last season. He storms out the hotel. Lucious calls for him. He's like, "Shut up." Lucious is like, "Bring your ass back here." He hops in the bride and groom car. He drives off. He's pissed. You see all of these feds that are standing outside. Lucious tells Jamal, "Go put Mother Walker in the house, take her out," and then boom, we see Rhonda.
hey, girl. Hey, girl.
R.I.P.
What's your thoughts on Rhonda being the one?
It was disrespectful.
Yeah.
You didn't like Rhonda?
You felt disrespectful.
I feel disrespectful.
Wait,
You know
you
the
thought
lion
about Rhonda dying disrespectful, or the way she died?
The way she died, the fact that there was like nothing after, they did like in memoriam video online that showed like all her different things on the show, but there was never any. Remember when what's her name, Naomi Campbell died on the show, and they did like this huge thing, and they're walking through. There was nothing for Rhonda. Rhonda just died.
I have to admit, when I saw that, I was like, so there's not a memorial service?
Yeah.
Like, Jamal is notorious for singing. He can sing Amazing Grace. Like, he looked beyond my faults. You going up to yonder. I mean, you sing every damn episode, and you can't bust out a song in memory of
Maybe
Rhonda?
Andre wasn't ready to handle it. Maybe
give
he's
me
not
a
at
break.
that point yet.
Give me a break. He sang every episode. He should have been able to at least pull out Amazing Grace, I Won't Come, something. He should have been able to sing something. I'm just saying. I thought it was
Precious Lord.
Well, how many days passed? Because if it's like 2 days after
that is true.
funerals, this is Black family. It's gonna take a week and a half to get the body ready.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
They
quick.
didn't care about Rhonda.
Yeah.
Well, Lucious didn't care about Rhonda. The others felt something for
They
her.
didn't care.
I just have a question. I don't remember at the end of last season. Did she have on gloves? Because the first thing that my eyes went to on the car was that she was wearing black gloves. So I was trying to remember when they started the fight, did she have on gloves?
I don't remember that, but it did seem as though the gloves will then come back later on in the episode or later down the road.
Yeah.
I just think this is my last thought on it because, like I said, I felt disrespected. I think that for me, because of the craziness we've seen in the past on Empire and because it's a primetime soap, initially when she hit the car, I was thinking, okay, they're going to do something like they would do on Passions, where if something like that happened, she would be like brain dead, and then all of a sudden she would come back to life a couple episodes later. You know what I mean?
Wanted that?
She was way up yonder,
She was
boy.
dead to the bed.
And then they reflected back on her and the little blood trickle.
Yeah, when the blood
She was
trickled, I
out.
knew it was out.
She was
However,
out.
there were
She's still alive, technically, in Andre's mind.
Right.
and I want to see how often that's going to come up. I was happy about that.
Probably a lot.
Well, speaking of Andre, I just put in my notes, I said, Andre is doomed. The poor thing is talking to his dead wife. He's talking about, I messed up. She's like, yeah, you messed up. You should have thought about that before you let that bitch kill me. Who's going to take care of you? You're lost without me. You don't know how to take care. You don't know how to take care of your, take your meds. You don't know how to increase them, when to take less. You don't even know when to stand up to your father and when to bow down. Without me, you are just some Philly thug with mental problems.
Speaking true.
Well, I mean, my best friend passed away, and I talk to her all the time, but she doesn't terrorize me. So it depends on how he is talking to her. If she's gonna be like the goon angel on his shoulder, like, yeah, do X, Y, and Z, and you're a Philly thug, then yes, that's a problem. But the fact that, I mean,
she had some valid points, though. We know Andre barely pulls it together and hangs together. She has saved him and sort of pushed him through many a times. He's going to be a hot mess without her.
When you talk to somebody that's dead, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. She's dead. I'm sorry.
Well, see, my grandparents have come back to me in the past before, and that's another story for another day. But point being, I don't have a problem with that. I think with the way Rhonda's speaking to him, I think she, because like you were talking about an angel or the way she's speaking, I don't think there's any form of her that can be angel-like, because in her mind, in the nature of the way she died, as she was pushed off, she was probably like, damn it, I was right.
Kind of like Evil and Gloria and Over My Dead Body. Yeah. So that's what,
she died bitter, and now she's carrying that into the afterlife, whatever you call it, I don't know what she means.
Yeah, I agree. And so now Andre says he's done with God. He has no plan. And I'm really excited to see the storyline, because he's going to act his ass off with the fact that he doesn't, like, who's going to help him?
Jennifer Hudson's character.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, she's coming back?
coming back?
I hope
I don't
not.
think so.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank
you.
I need to drag Cookie real quick, because you are going to send a message to your middle child to see on the whereabouts of your eldest son. Bitch, I need you to stop. I need you to leave Empire Enterprises, and I need you to go see about your goddamn son.
Wait, when is this?
This is when they were in the office, and they were like, well, Lucious was asking his whereabouts, and like Emile said, nobody has come to see about this boy except for Jamal. I need Cookie. Don't send a message to Jamal saying, you let him know that we thinking about him, that he's gonna be okay. No, I need you to take your fur coat, your sweats, and your pumps, and I need you to go see about your child.
I agree to an extent. I mean, you gotta realize, Cookie, yes, she's their mother, but Cookie wasn't their mother for 17 years. So you can't just jump back and step easily like that after you've been in prison. And if we gonna be realistic with prison and real life, and not in the context of Empire as the nighttime soap, people come out of prison damaged. They're broken. They can't do anything. Most of them wash their drawers in the shower. Let's be all the way 100. Yeah. So for the sake of the show, the fact that she's not 100%, she's not 100% parent, because we saw her whoop Hakeem's ass. We saw her do bad stuff to everybody. I'm not surprised that she's approaching it this way.
Okay.
She's probably not equipped to deal with it anyway. She's going through her own heartbreak too, because we have to remember this is the next day or two after she watched Lucious marry Anika, and Anika's having her grandchild, and all the things that come along with that. So she probably has a few things she needs to work out too.
Yeah. So now let's go into more like Anika and Lucious and Cookie. So Anika water breaks seconds before she was getting ready to literally be killed, strangled to death by Andre. Water breaks. She has a baby. Lucious threatens Anika to play along, and then nobody pushed Rhonda. First question is, do you guys think anyone will ever even know what really happened? Do you think Boo Boo Kitty, do you think that information is even going to be revealed? Because Lucious was just trying to protect his ass, not really understanding what really happened.
I absolutely do. Everything comes back to bite everybody in the ass on this show. And it doesn't necessarily have to come back to bite Boo Boo Kitty, because Dre was up there too.
Yeah.
And at some point Lucious gonna threaten Dre and say something like, "I'll tell everybody that you did it," because he's just that kind of guy. So I say absolutely, it's gonna come back.
I agree.
Absolutely.
It's gonna come back for sure.
Dre could crack up and relive some parts of it at any given moment too. So it will definitely come out.
Okay, so going into now the whole thing. So you got Hakeem. He missed the birth of his daughter because he was drunk and passed out at Tiana's house. Any thoughts on that?
No.
Okay.
I expected.
Yeah.
And then you have Cookie and Lucious now getting on Hakeem. Cookie warns him to step up tells him to, she says, yeah, I heard you, you're grown. I'm done whooping your ass. Hakeem leaves. She calls him a little girl. Lucious says to step it up and I'll give you your daughter back when you man up. What is your thoughts on Lucious signing a birth certificate and now all of a sudden just claiming that this child is his, although it's a girl, and he was pissed because he was lied to?
I'm 50-50 on that. On the one hand, because I was kind of rooting for Hakeem last season. I felt like he was maturing as a person. I felt like his character was growing. And over the last couple of episodes last season, he really started to go downhill. And then, as we saw on this episode, the failed marriage and him marrying Booby Kitty and all this stuff that went down, that took it to a new low. And I don't think that he's necessarily ready to be a father. As far as like Lucious signing the certificate, I mean, for Hakeem's sake, I feel like he needs to let his father do what he's doing, because since Boo Kitty is the one who pushed Rhonda off, it's just all so messy right now. Why even complicate it more by him signing it?
I think Hakeem does need to step up, and of course, Lucious doesn't care about anybody. He didn't sign that birth certificate because he has the best interest of that baby in mind, or Anika, or the family, or anything. Lucious signed that the birth certificate so he can be manipulative and manipulate the situation. So as a son and as a new father, Hakeem needs to be like, you know what? Shut up. Like, what is he gonna do? What is Lucious really gonna do if Hakeem picked the baby up and say, "Sit your ass down, Lucious," and takes the baby home to his place? Like, what is he really gonna do?
I mean, for me, I just noticed in that scene where right before the dinner when Lucious came in and was like, give me my baby, and just digging at Hakeem, he's really trying to get in his head and mess him up even further with this. I feel like he's going so hard with claiming her as his daughter, too, for the Fed aspect, you know, trying to really buy in and thinking about that. Like, I don't know, was it ever, do we know? I mean, I know we know, but do we know who Anika's baby is by in the general public? Nobody thought. I can't remember.
Like, is it like outside?
Like that Hakeem has had a baby on the way. I can't remember. But,
like his fans and whatnot.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think so.
I don't think they ever addressed it.
But I just feel like Lucious is trying to make sure his Fed story is locked down, and like you said, control all the options. But it was tripping me out that he's sort of taking to this baby and talking to it, because one, you're expecting a boy, and two, like, what is your angle with trying to manipulate that even further? Because I don't know how cracked up Hakeem is really about being a dad.
Yeah. Again, I think in regards to Lucious, it's all about Lucious. Like, it's all about Lucious. When I see him with the baby, I see him thinking, okay, great, another person to manipulate. Yay.
Despite that it's a girl, not a guy.
Lucious will screw anybody over.
Yeah. I do think that Hakeem does need to step it up, and I just think he needs to punch the shit out of his dad. Just knock him out. Just punch him. Just lay him out on the ground. Take your child and do what you got to do. He does need to step it up.
But what's Exhibit's character's name?
Moonshine.
Exhibit. Moonshine. Moonshine looks to be the new father figure in Hakeem's life.
Yeah.
Wayward kids.
Moonshine.
Yeah. Cookie and her sister. So now let's get into kind of like the transition to the whole family dinner situation. Cookie and her sisters are having a conversation because they're all at the house, and they're like digging, asking questions, mentioning Tariq, and then obviously Tariq shows up at the door. What do you guys think? Do you think the sisters have a right to go and talk to Tariq, or do you think they should shut the hell up?
I mean, in true family code, they would shut the hell up. But this is, again, a broken family. This is, you got one sister who's a drug addict. You have another sister who's bougie and entitled, and you have the other sister who feels like she is that deal because she's Cookie Lyon. So, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do. But the two sisters, when they made the point to Cookie and they were like, look, think about everything he's done for you. You were in jail for 17 years. You need to start snitching. When they said that, I was kind of like, well, yeah, they got a point. At some point, you got to start looking out for yourself. Cook.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I don't think they're doing anything that would harm Cookie. They're truly just concerned about getting Lucious in trouble. And once Lucious is out of the picture, maybe they think that everything will get better, but I don't think that's the case because Lucious went to jail before, and that ain't do shit. So.
Yeah, but I do. That's a good point, Emile. I do think that the sisters don't think that they're harming, but Lucious and Cookie, they are one. So if anything goes down with Lucious, there's so many different aspects in which she can get drawn back into, and then if she gets arrested, she ain't never coming back out. So it's kind of a fine line.
I think that I get their points. I think that Cookie does need to think of self, but I don't think that Tariq is the answer, because I think I'm with you, Bamm. I think that circles back and it could get Cookie caught up.
Mm-hmm. And low key, Tasha Smith, she just wants some wood.
Oh my god.
What?
Can't.
She wants some wood from Tariq.
Well, wait, but last season when we left off with her and Tariq, she thought her and Tariq were gonna date, right? Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, now she know the truth. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she just as glad as she want to be to give up any kind of information. I'm just.
hey, it get lonely sometimes.
I mean, I guess. That's kind of creep. What is he? Your step brother, half
That's
brother-in-law?
Cookie's brother, half brother-in-law.
Yeah.
That just seems too close, too familiar.
She's an addict.
So now Cookie then goes and tells to Lucious that Anika needs to move in so that they can make sure that everything is together because the feds are now coming after them. What is your thoughts? Obviously, when Anika is taken away and she's at the house already, they infiltrate and they make sure that they move the stuff in before the feds can. And obviously, we saw the bear, and we'll get to that in a second. What's your thoughts on Cookie initiating this plan in order to, I guess, save the family?
Cookie about the family. She about that life. She's always going to make sure that it's covered, even if it makes her look a little crazy.
And then, so do you think Cookie also looks crazy when she's coming up with the plan, but at the same time, she sees a picture of Lucious and Anika? You look happy. Were you happy? Like she's in her feelings. So it's like, does she have a right to be in her feelings?
Yeah, everything's still fresh. Like just because she's playing the game and doing what she has to do, all those feelings are still fresh because we just came off of this wedding. I think she has the right. I think that once again she's probably going to fall into the trap because she keeps saying she's done and it's not going to happen. But we've seen in the past she always says this and it's going to happen again. I don't know.
But let me ask, why? I guess Lucious is dealing with the whole Fed situation. But why does Cookie have to be present to get through that? Like, why does she have to be at dinner? And why does she have to be there?
Because she didn't have to be there.
Like, that's what I'm like. I'm like, did I miss something where they were like, if Cookie's not here, then we know it's fake. You know what I mean? Like, she can orchestrate all of this. She didn't have to come to dinner.
But she's also very alpha male, just like Lucious. So she wants to make sure that she had to protect the boys in case if Tariq says something out of pocket. So she always has to be there in the mix to make sure that she has to fix or cover something from someone else, which she actually did.
And I think if you think about it, nobody likes Lucious right now. Like really think about it. Not Hakeem, not Jamal. Andre's probably on the fence right now. And you have Boo Boo Kitty, who is a forced marriage, is not real. They haven't liked her for quite some time now, so she's there. Lucious is there. And so Cookie's really the only person that is kind of like the common factor that can keep everybody in line. True. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think by having Cookie there's something to be said because even though Tariq, as we see, knows everything's a sham, like everybody can see through that. I think by having Cookie there, if we were not viewers of this show and we just came into the situation and we weren't Tariq like the feds, if we just came and sat at that dinner table and they were put on this act, even though we're all more intuitive and perceptive, I think that from the outside looking in, you would say, oh, he has to be a good guy because he has his ex-wife here, he has his new wife here, he has his kids. It's like a blended family. So it kind of makes it look more... Yeah, Mother Walker. Oh, I forgot about her crazy ass. God.
Yo, what's up with that knife?
If I was Boo Boo Kitty, I'd tread lightly in that house.
No, she need to tread lightly from herself. She gonna cut herself with that blade. I'm sick of the knife. I'm sick of the knife.
And then let's discuss that. And then when she threatened Boo Boo Kitty, she mentioned something in regards that you're trying to take me out. Is that the mental talking? Because
No, that's just that old school black lady. You trying to hurt me? Yeah. You know.
And remember, she did just push somebody off the roof, so I'll be like that.
True.
Does she know?
Probably.
Mother knows everything. She
does,
old people know
all the
everything.
secrets.
She sit there in that chair and she just sit and pretend like she not listening and she just
And stay away from her food.
She did. She
Nobody
did
want
say
that food though.
Ain't nobody trying to eat the food.
And she cut that carrot hella hard.
She did.
But you know them crazy old ladies be cooking though. They
Yeah,
be
they
cooking
do.
their ass off, don't they?
And remember she made like 7 cakes last season?
Cake was probably delicious.
Right.
You don't know what kind of ingredients she's putting in. I'm not really trying to eat no food.
Tender loving carrot. That's what's in the TLC.
Yeah.
And maybe some rat poison or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because Anika she did move very quickly. She was like, okay, let's go. Now this
Crazy knows crazy.
Yeah. Well,
It's true.
Tariq went off.
He had some very valid points too.
He did. What's your thoughts on the whole family dinner? I mean, Tariq, he literally went from person to person to person and read everybody.
Yeah, no, y'all both are right. He had some very valid points, and when he was reading them, I was like, dude, they know. Like, I'm like, Tariq, just save it, find another way, because the read is not going to do anything. Just do what you did and put the camera in the bear. You know what I mean? Do something shady. You don't even have to. He didn't even have to go through that.
I think he should at least ate the meal because he looked like he ain't had a good meal in who knows how long. I would at least ate. He was sort of sitting there eating the asparagus. I would have ate a full good meal and then I would have left.
Yeah.
I can't.
Smart move or dumb move that Boo Boo Kitty did the whole kiss thing with Lucious.
I think it's a smart move in terms of her showing that even though Lucious is trying to manipulate her, she's saying, I'm going to fight back against you right now. And she is really trying to assert her power and show that ultimately she's going to be the one in control. And I'll save the other thing for prediction. Well, it's not really prediction. Well, some people don't watch the preview for the next episode, so I'll just stop there.
And I thought it was a power play in regards to her and Cookie, because remember, they still got beef. They don't like each other. So when she did that, Cookie had the single tear straight right in the corner of her eye. So for that purpose, Anika was like, check.
I totally didn't see it that way. But yeah, that's a good point.
I felt like she was doing it for Cookie's behalf. Like, let me remind you, I have this baby, the lion baby right now. The whole wrist thing was weird to me, that power play when he was grabbing her wrist. And I'm like, okay, who's struggling here? What are they trying to assert control over at this moment? It was just sort of weird to me. But I think that Anika is going to do something flippy. You know what I mean? She's playing in right now, but she's going to be in and out. And she better watch Andre. Because he going to catch her in a corner. Or Rhonda will.
Like choke her out, you mean? Like
I don't know, but it's not over. He's not going to forget. It's not just going to calm and smooth over. He's going to catch her in a corner someplace. So
I definitely agree with that. Now, let's discuss the whole bear situation. So we saw the bear being taken in by the security. I'm going to assume that was Lucious security who was taking all of Anika's stuff into the house. So I'm not sure if Tariq planted it or how he had access to plant it, being that I don't assume that they would have allowed him to go in any other places except for the kitchen. And then when Cookie said you wanted to go plate, I assumed that they told him to get his ass right out.
Remember the hospital? Remember when they checked Boo Boo Kitty out of the hospital and Cookie and Lucious showed up late and the nurse said, "Oh, we already discharged her. She's gone." And he was like, "Nobody called me." And they were like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you. She had a cute bear too." He showed up at the hospital and made sure somebody gave her the bear as like a hospital goodbye gift.
they could have sent it to her. Yeah, anything present.
different thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I started thinking, okay, well maybe Boo Boo Kitty planted the bear some time ago and she's working with Tariq, or could it be Hakeem? I just feel like that would just be too easy for him to just plant the bear. Just plant the device in the bear, and it just seems
I think it's a possibility he could be working with Boo Boo Kitty. He could have got to the hospital, like Kennelia said before, and maybe they made some type of deal. I think that's unlikely, though, because it's too dangerous if somebody walked in and saw that interaction happening.
I think they just don't know yet. I think it just was sent as, here's a gift, and she didn't really have time to like go through things or suss it out or even think about something like that because she had no idea she would be moving into the Lyons, estate.
I thought you were about to say the Lion's Den.
Well, there you go. She had no idea she was going to be coming there. So I think it was just like, we're just going to send her this bear. We know that she has something going on. She's married to Lucious, and see what we can get from it if it, rolls through.
Mm-hmm. Okay, fair enough. Let's go into the Empire in-stream storyline. Was it me? What did y'all think when y'all saw Birdman?
And French Montana.
Well,
I just thought about French giving Iggy Azalea 7 diamond rings recently. That's all I thought about. Just like he's just
I can't
pimping
keep up with Iggy appropriation, girl.
French is just pimping the system. French is pimping the system. That's what I think. And Birdman,
He's trying to get some respect on his name.
I was just about to say he needs to focus on getting his reputation back after that interview.
Y'all finish or y'all done?
But
You done talking or you finished?
But I felt like that moment when Lucious said, I'm the king, and he was like, "You the king." I didn't put in 30 years, and I was like, "Oh Lord, is he about to make a scene?" But no, he didn't.
Well, at least he didn't rap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he could have been in the studio, and then that would have been. Whew,
Could he have?
he would have. You do them. Lucious. He could have dropped
Can
some
Rodney
struggle bars.
Jerkins like kick in a Birdman track or something? No.
He produced
Yeah,
the
so
this
Freedom.
season, yeah.
Okay.
he's doing the season. He's doing the season.
Oh, good.
Yeah, which I like to switch up. Mm-hmm. Okay, so open discussion on Moonshine invading the studio.
Can't get with the moonshine, man.
And beating down the engineer, demanding Nessa to get signed. I mean, what the hell? What's your thoughts?
He's a goon.
He's a goon, and obviously Hakeem is in need of a parental figure that's a father figure that's taking an interest in him that will stand up to Lucious for him, and Moonshine seems to be it. Mm-hmm. They enjoyed their little studio session. Apparently, what's her name? Nessa?
Nessa.
Mm-hmm. Nessa is going to be the new Heat. So, Moonshine got some run.
Yeah, no, I don't mind the Moonshine thing because again, if Lucious is historically this street dude turned rapper turned businessman, then your arch nemesis in the street would come back and kind of terrorize you. And so if Moonshine has to be the person to do it,
Exhibit.
then sure. If he has to do it, then okay, cool.
I thought it was just messed up, at least, that the engineer gets beat down and Lucious
don't care about nobody.
Yeah.
that was pretty messed
What's
up.
he gonna do?
And the track was kind of whack before.
Yeah,
He deserved it.
I ain't saying he deserved to beat down, but he
Moonshine.
needed something to get his ass in line.
Moonshine came through with some solid advice.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you need to do to a track. He gave Hakeem that little pep talk confidence. Don't let nobody tell you you're not dope. That was big for Hakeem. You could see him kind of puff his chest up like I am dope.
I felt that too.
Me.
And what is your thought about the song that he did?
I liked it.
Bob.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I can't actually recite anything right now or really remember how it goes, but I remember in the moment.
Yeah.
He was feeling himself.
I thought the beat was hard. Do you
That was
think,
no shade. In the moment, I liked it.
Oh, it's all good. Will Hakeem get with Nessa?
I hope for
Of
the
course.
sake. I hope not though. I hope not because Nessa, when she came on the screen, first of all, she looked familiar to me. I didn't know
She
why.
does look very familiar.
Yeah.
She's been in something.
And then when she came on the screen, there's something captivating about her presence. And as we get into, which I'm sure we'll talk about later, the song, I'll talk about her actual voice. But there's something about her presence. Then when I looked to see what she was, I saw that she is part of the McClane family. And I was like,
Oh, the little girls.
And I forgot what movie. They were all in the movie
Remember
together back in
Daddy's
the
Little
day.
Girls?
Yeah.
That's her?
That's one of
Oh,
the
that is
girls.
her.
Yeah, the three of them. It's one of them.
She was
China
youngest.
McClane. Yeah.
Well, damn.
Yeah. So it makes me happy. Sierra McClane, if you don't know. So I followed her on Twitter last night because I thought she was a great addition to the show.
She was, and she's gonna get Hakeem together.
They're
Again.
going to end up kicking it though.
I just need Hakeem to not have so many. I guess never mind.
Well, he's a rapper. He's
I
like
know.
the he's like
That's
a
why I
fake
had to
tiger,
backtrack.
you know.
Oh, don't mention.
Well, he's like the tiger for the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Aw.
totally. And I think it's smart the way that Nessa's playing it. Like she's like, I know you do nothing but mess with thoughts. I like how she's playing hard to get, but we know like I could tell at least that she's going to give it up.
I thought you were about to say that she's a thought.
No, she's not a thought, but she's very smart. She doesn't like you have to play hard to get, and I
you have to
appreciate.
make him want it.
Yeah,
But she was feeling him when he was in this booth.
She was giving those glances, those upward glances.
And it appeared that Moonshine might be a little aggressive with her, so she needs some. She gonna need some safe refuge.
But I do wonder if Moonshine, aka Ike Jr., is gonna beat the shit out of Nessa for messing with Hakeem. Did you see he was like, "Don't talk to her"?
When they first came in, he was like, "Sit down." Like, Jeez Louise, buddy.
Yeah, he's definitely got some Ike-ish ways about him.
Well, I hope we don't. Well, I hope not. But.
Tiana's character is fading away.
Yeah,
she looked really hurt.
She's still on there though.
She looked really hurt though. I think she's gonna make a comeback this season because there was a point there was a reason why I should say when Nessa was singing they panned to her character because there were obviously some feelings there once again, and it's kind of time for her to make a comeback. You know, that's why Hakeem went to her house drunk, laid out.
Yeah, and then if it's true to the show and she's like the princess of the label. And then some new girl gets to sing at the opening of what is it? Slipstream? What is it called?
It's called
Empire Stream or whatever.
Yeah.
If some new chick gets to be the face now of this new music streaming service, she's gonna have a problem and she's gonna make it known and she's gonna have to make a comeback.
And it was like I think that everything you said, but also it's different when they have like V Bozeman on the table because we all know V has a powerful voice and beautiful, nice and sultry. Soulful. You have this new character though, this new artist on the label who's in the same age range as you, who can
sing better.
Okay, see, I didn't want to say. And also, the song that she's singing is definitely more impactful and more powerful in what's going on at the times, and has more of a meaning, will connect to people as opposed to
that booty shaking song she did last season.
And there's a time and a place for those type of songs too. So I'm not saying it, but it's just like the content of the song she was singing and the way she was introduced is already going to have her on such a powerful level compared to where Tiana is right now. Where Tiana has, I feel like her character has just been like coasting, and it's like one of those things where you have those certain pop artists who you expect something from them and they're doing that, but it's like when they come out with new stuff.
Don't look at me. I'm not gonna say it.
Who? I'm not talking about. I am not talking about anybody specifically. Who you talking about? Oh, wait, say it offline. I can't be talking about people. But you get what I'm saying. Like there's certain artists where when they have new music come out, you're like, okay, cool. But then you have other new artists when they come out, they're like, oh damn. And that's how I kind of felt Nessa's introduction was like, oh damn. And so Tiana's kind of looking at her like, well shit, I haven't had no damn moment in years.
So Jamal wrote the song that he wants to do, and Lucious obviously is not going to approve of it. I thought the song was right on point, except for the fact that the Frida lyrics was in there. That was the only part of the song that I did not like. It kind of ruined it for me.
Well, it ruined it in context of the song in real life, or in context of his character being shot by Frida?
In real life.
Yeah, well, to me, I took it in the context of real life. The message of the song was talking about, as brothers and sisters, we have to, stay active in the movement, and we can't fall victim of the things that are happening to us. We got to stand strong. If all of that is true, Frida was a victim of gun violence because she shot somebody else, and the fact that gun violence is really serious in our community. And when you really want to talk about it, is gun violence in our community really our fault? No. So I thought the song was appropriate in regards to putting her in there because it's addressing the real issue. Should we be mad at Frida or victimize Frida for the circumstances that she fell into? So I was like, oh, cool, it's perfect. I liked it.
I think Frida's going to end up back somehow.
Oh, yes. They keep talking about her already. She has to.
And then now, speaking of that, when Jamal wanted to get on to Lucious regarding not doing anything for Frida, I hate to sound like Petty Pablo, but she ain't been in jail that long.
But it's
he doesn't
prison,
feel like,
Why you want to be in prison? Like, Bamm, if you got locked up, I'll be like, oh, it ain't been that long.
You good?
Like a month.
Yeah.
You got some change for some ramen noodles and what have you.
Okay.
No, I love the song. I love the message and everything that it spoke to, and Frida, like Kennelia said, Frida, the whole thing is messed up, and the circumstances and the reason why she even did what she did, have to take all that into effect. And she acted on emotions and ended up in jail. And there's so many people in this country acting on emotions and they end up on paid administrative leave. So,
yeah.
Well, there's that.
Okay, so now let's get into Jamal was not able to perform because he had a panic attack. And so he runs off stage. And so I want to get you guys' opinion in regards to Jamal, the lack of feelings that he's getting from his parents. Do you think that Lucious and Cookie were wrong for what they did and how they treated him? Or what's your thoughts?
I think it was wrong in regards to when somebody is having an anxiety attack and clearly has PTSD. You have to take that in consideration. If we're really talking about Cookie being in prison for 17 years and Lucious being his ex going, of course they're not going to care that he having a panic attack. They're like, boy, Cookie was probably like, I've been in the hole. You having a little panic attack? So to them,
Money on the line.
to them, I can see them being like, what are you doing? Oh, drink some water and get back out there. But I think, again, it was messed up. He clearly is traumatized.
Because theoretically, it hasn't been that much time that's passed since he got shot. So, of course, he might have some reservations considering the circumstances, how he was shot, when he was shot, what was happening around it. But they don't have any sympathy for him. And, now Lucious is just mad because he did open the door for moonshine. And, they're streaming all in Times Square and all the places. So she's an overnight celebrity.
yeah, once again, for the purpose of Nessa's character, I thought it was necessary. However, it was the way people were reacting, it was disrespectful. Like, didn't Cookie slap
A couple of times. Twice.
It was all disrespectful. Dude, I don't care how many months or weeks, even if it was a couple days, I don't care how long it passed. If somebody's still suffering from that, I think that's an issue. Because when I was in a car accident, obviously you can't compare it to a gunshot, but the truck that hit me and we went head on, I still, for a couple months after, I would have a dream about it, and it felt like I was right back in the moment. So for him, and he's on stage, if it comes to him, it comes to him. And I understand it's a huge event, but if you have to think about it this way, like, if this is a huge event and he's slowly trying to get himself back into singing and performing, why would you have him on there anyway? You know what I mean? Lucious just sets himself up for failure, I feel like, sometimes, because that's just one of those things where he's talking about in this introduction, oh, and if you look all around, you have all these different artists. Well, put one of your other artists on the stage.
No, it's true.
But then you couldn't introduce Nessa.
True. So, yeah, for the show, I liked it, but...
My question was, why did she go and take his mic? Did she know her mic was unplugged?
No.
Because she had to step up. If the headliner drop the ball, when let's say back in the day when Destiny's Child and them fall, let's say Beyonce would have failed.
Oh,
Listen,
But she had her own mic already. I'm just saying, she could have took her own mic and hit the stage.
Oh, you mean like taking it and walking up? But she was like saying, "I'm taking the like."
I'm stepping in there.
It was like
Set up.
it was like significant to the situation.
and then also,
Shout out to Destiny's Child.
also Nessa, at least she wasn't. Her intentions was pure. Had that been a group or someone else.
Oh, what was the group from last season? Lauda and the Pop-Tarts?
And who's the girl who she did
She Skyped in with us. Yeah, them.
had it been her character, oh my gosh, she would have rushed to the front stage ASAP. I think Nessa's intentions was pure. She kind of looked around, nobody was giving her any clues, and she kind of slowly eased into it. She didn't just open her mouth and just start blowing. It was a nice transition for her to kind of get into her groove. So I do appreciate that. But one thing that I will say is I'm actually on Lucious and Cookie's side regarding them treating Jamal like this. I am, because Jamal is supposed to be this great artist. He's supposed to be Michael Jackson. He's supposed to be Beyonce. He's supposed to, he's supposed to be the great, the best.
Is he though?
But for the sake of the show, he's supposed to be, he's better than Lucious. He's talented. He writes, he sings, he dances. He probably could rap if he wants. So he's supposed to be it.
He's like Miguel.
But he was shot.
I don't see no Michael Beyonce. That's a little different.
I understand that, but for the sake of the show, and let's not forget, during season 1, everybody was on his jock about how great he was.
Well, yeah, but like they were on there talking about Chris Brown and stuff. There's different levels.
Well, remember real life Brandy. Remember Brandy got stage fright for a long time, and it affected her. It affected her touring. It affected everything she did. Everybody goes through something. So I didn't.
Andre 3000.
Yeah, I didn't take it as exactly as anything bad.
But
he got shot.
I understand that, but I get that. But I'm saying from Lucious and Cookie's perspective, he is the family Michael Jackson, the Beyonce, whoever. And so
to the family.
Yeah, to the family.
Okay.
So you look at what Joe Jackson did to Michael Jackson. They had to get up at midnight and they had to practice dance routines. Matthew Knowles had Beyonce dance running on the treadmill in heels at 11.
Well,
But he was shot.
But that's what these kind of Joe Jackson, Matthew Knowles.
But they weren't shot. Here's my thing.
So I get why they were doing it, because he's great, and when you're great, you get up there and you perform at all times. That's my point.
Okay, I completely understand what you're saying. However, my thing is, one, like we said, he was shot, and two, I think, and this is just me from like a PR perspective, if you have your artist on the stage and after people hear the song, the lyrics, the context of it, everything, and they see the performance, the way I see it as somebody, and I don't work in PR or anything, I'm just saying from my perspective, I would spin it to say, because of the contents of the song, because he's talking about freedom in the song, he got emotional, he was overwhelmed, and that's why he had to run off the stage, because he just couldn't handle it. He got really emotional, and Black Lives Matter, there was just another shooting yesterday, who knows, because there's always one happening, so, you know what I mean? So it could have been, you could have spun that story so much, and then you have this new artist who comes up and then just talk about the new artist and fade out so people forget about everything that happened. I just think they took it to an extreme, and Cookie did not have to hit his head that many times.
Or why didn't Hakeem wanted to perform? He asked his daddy, could he perform? Why didn't he take his ass out there?
I
Why
thought
didn't he
that was
freestyle?
what I thought it was gonna be one of those again brother moments where he,
Ushered
gives
him
his
back
brother,
on.
the
What was
brother the
he-
pep talk and they do like a duo.
What was he going to do, though?
Yeah. Black Lives Matter though, and he would have started rapping. I mean, that's what he would have done.
But you remember his freestyle from last season, so it's best that he's not doing that.
Well,
But in either case, the final thing, I thought Jamal brought up a good point. He was just saying that that Lucious is the cause of the family and the problems. Mother Walker also said it, so clearly we're going to see more stuff regarding Lucious and how he's ruining the family, which I think we all agree he is, right?
Yeah,
but
well,
what's
he already
new?
ruined it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's ruined
what's
it.
new?
He ruined it when Cookie got locked up. So yeah.
So any final thoughts before we go with predictions?
No, not for me.
All right, cool. So now let's go into predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right. Gia, why don't you go first?
why am I going first? So I am looking forward to the Hakeem, Nessa, and whoever the third person is going to be in that triangle, because there's always a third person. So I'm looking to see how that develops and what their little issue will become.
I know Tay Diggs is supposed to be on this season, but I am making a request that Derek Lou come back because he could get it. You remember how fine he was? Remember that season he came in?
We
He was
remember.
so he had the hard part on the side. I would not mind Derek Luke coming back. Of course, that's not a prediction. I think it might be an eventful season. I'm looking forward to it. We'll see what happens. But I don't have any solid predictions.
Yeah. For me, it's just one of those things where I feel that I really don't have any predictions. I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens with the show. Actually, this is more of a want. I want Rhonda's character to continue to come through Vision so she can get that check per episode when she does those little things. I just feel for her. I mean, she was a great character. I just don't. And here's my thing. This is my final hoorah on this comment or this topic. I felt like she was a strong character, and although I'm not saying she didn't need to die, I'm not saying she. Basically, I just felt the way they killed her off was wrong. It just could have been. I don't know. I don't know what I wanted. I just didn't get what I wanted.
But would it have been true to the Lyon family if she would have got killed off nicer?
I'm not even saying nicer. She still could have gotten. Like I said, I don't know what I wanted.
Okay.
I really don't know.
You just don't want to say goodbye to Rhonda.
Yeah, I don't want to say goodbye.
Do you guys?
It's so hard
I was thinking that. To say goodbye.
Go ahead, continue. Okay.
to yesterday.
Well, she clearly ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
She
She's
is.
going to be around for a minute. rolling around Andre's
Do
head.
you guys wish that it would have been kind of more of a corny thing where nobody died, or do you think it was good that somebody died from that?
Well, on that note, I feel like somebody had to die because they pissed me off when we found out that it was Boo Boo Kitty the whole time. Because remember at the beginning we were like, oh, it's Boo Boo Kitty, and they're like, oh no, it's not. And then when she tweeted and said it ain't me, and it was her.
And when Lucious had the fake ALS, you know what I mean? Like we were owed an actual death. We were owed this, so I'm fine with it.
Jamal didn't die.
Yoba.
You know?
Yeah, we thought Jamal was off the show with the fake tweet.
My only prediction is, so I know that that Jamal is going to be addicted to either the pain pills or he's mixing the pills and the drinks together. So if Hakeem is drinking and Jamal, I need one. I don't need both brothers to be drinking. I need a different storyline. So let's hopefully Jamal Hakeem can get off the liquor. Deal
He
with
will.
Nessa.
Moonshine's gonna get him off the liquor.
Exhibit. I can't remember Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Why did they pick
Pimp
that?
my producer.
I
And
can't.
and I'll predict he will die. He will die before.
Moonshine?
Yeah, he's gonna die.
Damn.
He has to die because he keeps throwing in the fact I'm gonna tell Tariq. He's gonna die. But on that note, let everyone know where you guys can be found on social media.
At Stiletto Jill.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Kennelia.
You can find me at Emile Ennis Jr. and you can find me, Kennelia, and Sophia on Happy Hour, a shot of conversation. We talk about all the latest topics that you want to hear about. Check us out on iTunes and any podcast app.
And you can find me on our social media at Bamm Ericsen. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV for Empire Season 3, Episode 1. We will see you guys next week. Thank you for watching.
Yay!
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.